Hello guys, today we're gonna talk about Subtlety versus Assassination Rogue. We're gonna talk in this video about pros and cons of each class. So how I'm gonna do that? I'm gonna give 3 advantages of Subtlety in PvP. Gonna add 3 disadvantages also in PvP. Then I'm gonna do the same about Assassination. But before that, make sure to follow me on Twitch. I'm live streaming and playing live games with my viewers. Also, we created a Discord server where we can gather all and play raids, dungeons, and many more activities together. Thank you. Okay, now we're gonna talk about the Subtlety Rogue, and the first thing that I like the most in PvP situations is that you can get randomly off of stealth and you never go back in stealth and you stay in combat. Okay, now seriously, let's talk about it. I think the best advantage that Subtlety Rogue has in PvP situations is that you can keep your off-target in crowd control all the time. You have so much opportunities, you can multiple chip shot, you can gouge, you can reset sap, you can go full kidney on the off-target, wait for blind, then you go sap. You have so much opportunity actually to just keep the off-target in CC while you do a lot of damage in short terms. Another thing I like a lot on Subtlety is basically the talent Cloaked in Shadows, which is giving us a survivability chance over this assassination. Also, Vanish here reduces your cooldowns, so you can also use it offensively. Although when you use Vanish and the Vanish effect ends, you're in a combat bug, so you're basically dead. You won't be in real stealth after that. Thank you, Blizzard. And yeah, basically you can survive more in my opinion as a Subtlety Rogue. The third thing that I like a lot in Subtlety is basically the mobility. You have 2 shadow steps, you have your shadow strike when used from stealth is working as a shadow step once more, and you have that from above which can be used in Subtlety. I like to play that when I play versus, let's say, mages. People just can't run out of Subtlety Rogue. Sometimes when I play Assassination, I find it very hard to keep with mobile characters like mages. Okay guys, we know nothing on this world is perfect, even me.
Give your meat a good old rub. Yeah, boy.
So let's talk about the disadvantages that Subtlety Rogue has. In my opinion, the first and most important thing about Subtlety Rogue is that it's really hard to master, in my opinion. No situation is the same like the previous or like the next, so it just takes a lot of effort and also practice just to make it perfect. The second thing that I find myself like a disadvantage for Subtlety Rogue is that if you don't manage your cooldowns good, if you don't have Shadow Dance or symbols of that, your damage is basically zero. You're doing no damage.
Stand back, I gotta practice my stabbing. No, please!
And the third disadvantage, in my opinion, about Subtlety Rogue is that you spend combo points to reduce the cooldown of Shadow Dance, but let's say you pop your Shadow Dance and you get in a fear or some CC you can get out of, you're basically losing a lot of damage and opportunity to just win the arena only because you're wasting a Shadow Dance, which is your core damage dealing ability. The best advantage, in my opinion, of Assassination is that it has no disadvantages. No, actually, I think the best advantage of Assassination is that it has very good single target and also multi-target damage because of your dots. Let's say you play in 3v3 arenas, attack both the DPSs, you dot them both and you just cleave them very well. The second thing I like a lot about Assassination is despite you have a 2-minute cooldown on that mark, without it you still maintain a good DPS on your target. And the third thing I like a lot is that you can play Assassination in RPGs and it's actually very fun. You could use your AoE builds which you use in let's say mythic dungeons. You just can go with that build in RPG and do insane amounts of damage, and it's really fun, and it's also kinda easier to master than Subtlety. So yeah, that's about the advantages I have for Assassination Rogues, and now I'm gonna say 3 things that I don't like about it. The first thing that I don't like about Assassination when it's related to PvP is the kinda long opener you have. You have so many things to set up. You have to growth, you have to rupture, you have to, if you have Crimson Tempest, you have to do it, you have to shift, you have to manage your chip shots. It's just kinda too long opener to do. Not like Sabotage, just 3 spells and do insane amounts of damage. The second thing I don't like about it is the kinda lack of burst damage. If you don't set up everything perfectly with Death Mark, with Growth, with Rupture, it's kinda hard to deal a burst damage at opener. That's something I don't kinda like because it's too long to get all your spells going. And the third thing I don't like very much about arenas is the lack of mobility. I told it on Sabuti part, but I'm gonna say it here as a disadvantage. The mobility is not as great as Subuti's, so it's not bad, but it's not just that great. I think it's kinda okay, but I'm just gonna say it as a disadvantage because I just don't know what else to say as a third thing I don't like.